Hello and welcome back to Turtle Dad Gaming, the continuing adventures of Lieutenant Commander Tarol Khan and the USS Concordia. I believe when we last left off, we were dealing with some aggression from the Romulan Star Empire, where they were trying to offer, in quotation marks, protection to some colonists who it turns out they probably had originally forced from their first colony. So, yeah, super awesome class act there. Um, I did get some sort of this Tholian incursion pack. It was like a free giveaway thing from. It wasn't Steam. It was something. Computer gaming hardware website or something. But anyhow, get some free stuff. So let's go on and claim that. So I don't care about the non-combat pet at all. Crystalline sword is interesting. Elite services bundle, which I believe increases inventory, bank slots, and bridge officer slots. So we'll go on and activate that for our boy Tarol Khan here. Let's see, since we're right here by the bank, we'll drop off that, let's go on and redeem it real quick. Really? It's gonna keep, is this like box within a box within a box sort of thing? It's like you just keep going until you finally find the thing you actually want. Let's do that. Get some Peregrine fighters and see how those guys work for us. Okay. Still haven't unlocked that, which is a little disappointing. I hate that it just says later level. It doesn't really specify. Okay. Well, either way. So I believe we are ready to tackle the next mission in the Romulan mystery. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, Taris. Oh, okay, sweet. Yeah, this one's good. I know for the last few episodes I have been doing kind of 2 missions at a time. One, I don't know how long this one will take, so we may not do that. But also, the Vault, I freaking hate that one. It's a shuttlecraft mission, and I hate those so much. Because shuttlecraft are so limited. And, like, you get 1 bridge officer slot, basically just your inherent abilities, so you don't get a lot of your bridge officer stuff with bridge officer abilities. Like, you pretty much have to decide, do you want high yield torpedoes, or do you want emergency power to shields, or do you want like tractor beam or something? Like, it's not good. I don't think they should have the shuttlecraft missions as part of the main through line and stuff. Like, if they want to have them as a little side thing, as a challenge mission or something, that's fine, that's great. But they're just not fun. There's an even worse one on the Romulan side, where you're like defending the planet from a bunch of Alachi fighters and walkers, and I hate that one so much. So we might, if we have time to do another mission, what I'll probably do is either skip or off camera do Vault, and then we'll hop in and do enemy mine or something. But we'll see how this goes.
The cause of the supernova that destroyed Romulus remains a mystery. Our allies in the Romulan Republic have a theory on the matter, however. They believe that Taris, the former praetor of the Romulan Star Empire, is responsible. Republic forces attempted to apprehend her, but she escaped through an Iconian gateway. Recently, the Republic has discovered new information that could help us track down Taris. We want you to rendezvous with the RRW Lasette and provide any assistance you can.
Okay, so we're going to go to the Hobus system, rendezvous with the Romulan Republic Warbird Lasette. Let's see what we get here. Okay, it's not a bad console. I'm not a fan of the consoles that just add to subsystem power, like just to one. Just because I feel like there's better consoles than that. We got the Numeri Regenerative Shield Array here. So that's not too bad. Because I'm a big fan of the covariant shields, though. They have the highest capacity. Plus, this one has like double capacity, so it's a lot to punch through.
For you.
Hey, you really don't, Tanae. Like, you will, but you don't right now. Okay. So I believe we are set here. Yeah, let's go to the Hobus system.
On a forgotten world, a shadow of great evil lurks, waiting for the chance to strike. The truth behind the destruction of the Romulus system may be the harbinger of the greatest threat the Federation has ever faced.
By the way, just in case some of the visual looks a little weird, like my character crouching for no apparent reason, I'm trying out a new setup on OBS for push to mute, so that hopefully I can cut out and not have as much of the like my breathing sounds and coughing and everything. Like I try and cut as much of that out during editing as I can, but there is quite a bit of it sometimes, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, being held by the Lasette. Yeah, let's go on and get our fighters launched here, or at least start getting them. And weapon system efficiency. On screen.
It is a pleasure to be working with you. I heard about how you got your first command.
Mm-hmm.
Well done. Not every officer could have stood up to the Borg like you did.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Agents working for the Romulan Republic have recovered definite proof that Taris, or persons working for Taris, were responsible for the Hobus supernova that destroyed the homeworld. Our agent spoke to Taris. She claimed that she was deceived by Hakiv. But that does not excuse her culpability in the destruction of 2 inhabited worlds and the deaths of millions. Our agent tells us that Taris believes her Iconian masters can change the past and restore Romulus. So not only is she a killer, she's insane.
Awesome. So what should we do?
Taris cannot be allowed to commit even greater crimes in an attempt to fix her mistake.
Mm-hmm.
My intelligence officer, Lieutenant Gaius Salon, has intercepted communications that may allow us to locate Taris and finally bring her to justice. I'll let him explain in greater detail.
Okay, let's talk to him.
Greetings. I am Lieutenant Gaius Salon of the Romulan Republic. There are certain pleasantries that are customary in these circumstances. However, I'm choosing to skip those. We have much to do. Recently, the Republic intercepted a transmission from a group of remnants in the Hobus system.
Mm-hmm.
These remnants have remained loyal to Taris, the former praetor of the Romulan Star Empire, who was deposed by Sealer. While the transmission was not unusual, its origin point was. The Hobus system is under strict quarantine. However, a previous team uncovered a mining facility at one of the planetary fragments. We believe that the Riemann loyalists may have returned to this facility to continue their efforts.
Okay. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Taris in Star Trek Insurrection was the Romulan commander that ended up aiding the Enterprise. Or not Insurrection, Nemesis. That ended up helping the Enterprise against Shenzhen. So...
The Hobus system is the origin point of the supernova and subsequent subspace explosion, which destroyed Romulus and Remus. It is still, as you say, a hot zone. The Riemanns loyal to Taris are using the quarantine as a cover to resume their operations in the system. The transmission we intercepted was addressed to Commander Aranhu, a Riemann who is the captain of
Aranhu?
Taris' personal guard. He must be the liaison to
Aranhu.
the forces in the Hobus system. The direct approach.
Uh-huh.
If we confront the forces in the Hobus system, who are in violation of both Federation and Romulan Republic mandates by their very presence there, they will send a call for assistance to Commander Aranhu. Once he arrives, we simply follow him. It is
Okay.
likely that he will lead us back to Taris.
Do we hide behind a rock
I'm
again?
sorry to interrupt, but I've just received emergency orders from Republic Command and must respond. Gaius can transport to your ship and help you complete the mission. We'll return as soon as we can.
Sorry, but we've left our space stove on and must go take care of that. Okay.
I am detecting some very rare minerals in the system, as
Mhm.
well as the presence of protomatter. It is possible that Taris used the materials here to construct her weapon.
Okay, yeah. Let's get some samples, guys. Let's do some science. It's not all about blowing things up. Although I think I do have to blow this up. I've had all the ingredients needed for build a device right in the system. Retrieve a sample. Yoink. Uh-oh. Where at? There we go. Cutscene. Was that it? Shh. Guys. I took on the Borg. Like, come on. At least send it to Derek's after. I mean, come on. Like some just light warbirds? I'm insulted. Like, I know you've got heavier firepower than that. Taris found one of the substances believed used in the creation of the weapon that triggered the supernova. Well, let's get a sample.
As I suspected, materials are all here. Our agent looked at Taris on planetary
Fragment gamma. Okie dokie. Just curious how many. Okay, yeah, so that hydrazine gas there, and I'm thinking that kind of looks like hydrazine gas there too, so. System under quarantine. Clearly there is some activity. Oh yeah. You think there's a freaking like force field thing here? Well, I think there might be some activity going on. Really? Oh. Okay, oh, hold on. On screen. I guess. Okay, it's just we're just attacking. Okay. Yeah. It won't let me. It already comes up as a enemy vessel. There we go. Answer hell.
Your presence is a violation of the quarantines established by at least 3 sovereign governments. Explain your purpose.
You first.
I serve the Romulan Star Empire and its true Taris. That is the only authorization I require.
Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, disable them. Not got much left.
The minerals in the planetary fragment will conceal the ship's energy signature. If we hide in the asteroids near it and mask our energy signature, I predict that Aranhu will approach to investigate further and be unable to detect us.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna go hide behind rocks. Awesome. The one weakness of Romulan scanning technology, hiding behind a rock.
What happened here?
We got our asses
We were
kicked.
attacked by Starfleet 7 Jones. They appear to have fled.
I'm not picking up a warp trail, so...
Interesting. This is exactly like scenario 2247P. I thought scenario 1849K would be a more likely option.
Mhm.
I shall incorporate this data into my modeling projections. Nevertheless, we should now be able to follow Aranhu's trail. He should lead us right to Taris.
Well, I would hope so. Yeah. We can tell they've gone to warp, even though they cloaked. They apparently couldn't tell we had not gone to warp, even though we were hiding behind a rock. Sorry, and I know my little head is probably bouncing around there in the corner. I'm just having to readjust my seat here. Okay, so this trail led here to the Iconia system. Oh, that's wonderful. Uh-huh. Yeah. Not detecting his ship. Shouldn't it be in orbit somewhere? Yeah, I mean, but they can't, yeah, likely cloaked. Not localized enough to detect the ship, only to follow a general trail. Yeah, it's like, dude, why are you surprised that you don't see his ship? Like, they can cloak. That's kind of their thing. Okay. There we go. Oh, I guess that crater. Large shield protecting structure of some sort. Modified cloaking device. Reman ships decloaking. Oh, let's get our fighters out there. Do. Give me a minute, guys. I'm not ready. Time out! Time out! And there we go. Okay.
Federation ship. I am Commander Shanclado of the Riemann starship Intraku. Your presence here could be considered an act of war. Leave immediately, or we will open fire.
I mean, your face could be considered an act of war, but you don't see me bragging about it.
That is unfortunate, Starfleet. Our conflict is not with you. Commander Arahu has charged me with securing this installation at all costs. Praetor Taris must be allowed to complete her work. And you have already seen too much.
Like your face? Yes, I agree. Where are you? Hello? Oh, there they are. Okay. Oh yeah, go get them, boys. And girls. And non-binaries. There we go. this is what I'm talking about. Send it to Derek, guys. I mean, I'll still, take it out, but... Not now. We got an item to pick up. Ooh, tachyon deflector. Okay, cool. Codes that Lieutenant Sloan procured have lowered the shields. Mouse to transport? Yes. Ready and awaiting. The usual awaiting, yes.
These are the coordinates for the underground structure we detected. Reading life signs, sir. Multiple Remans and one Romulan. Our quarry could be just ahead.
Cool. Yeah, I've thought about actually, so typically if I don't stick with kind of the default away team that you get like basically early in the game, I'll switch it up and have like 3 engineers and a science officer basically for healing. But I thought about switching it, trying out like an all science officer away team. So I mean, you get stuff like hyperonic radiation and the tricorder scan. Like, I mean, you can do some serious damage with some of that stuff. Plus, again, with like the medical tricorder, some of that other stuff, you can really do some damage.
Starfleet! How did they find us?
They must have followed me, Praetor. I will deal with them.
No, I need your help with the gateway. Send your guards.
Okay. Like how that cutscene showed us already fighting when we hadn't.
They appear to have been attempting to merge Iconian and Romulan technology. Perhaps in an attempt to reactivate the gateway network. We should access that console and attempt to open the door.
Okie dokie. So grab this item here. And what do we got here? Access database. Do. Beep boop beep boop. Shipping logs. Shipments to and from base and Hobus system. Schematics for devices similar to recovered Iconian technology. Stores of techosite, decalithium, and protomatter on this level. Same quantum signatures elements recovered from Hobus. Okay. Personal log.
It has been decades, and I still find Haki's betrayal difficult to accept. He is Romulan. Treachery is his heritage, as it is mine. But to go to such lengths, to destroy our world, it is too much to bear, even now. He told me the device would destroy Denatra, and I, like a fool, believed him.
That's right, I was mistaken. Denatra, I think, was the Romulan commander in Nemesis that helped the Enterprise against Shenzong. Yeah.
And now, those pathetic refugees from the Republic have told the entire quadrant that I am responsible for the destruction of Romulus. They don't understand. We should be allies. We want the same thing. At least my people know the truth. Arano is a rock. I find it strange that Remans are now my only companions. Perhaps they understand loyalty more than any of us. I rely on him to help me continue my work.
Okay.
The Iconians can restore all that is lost. I know it. I just need to make them see that I am worthy. The Dark Masters have responded to my pleas for assistance with dread silence. My only recourse is to harness their technology for myself. When I can step through the gateway and meet them as an equal, I am confident that they will turn back time and make everything as it was before.
If they can turn back time.
The system is lost to me, but the quarantine holds. Aranhu can use it as cover to collect the protomatter and bring it back to me. Sela is looking for me. So is the Republic. If only I could make them see. I am our people's last hope.
I certainly don't sound like a crazy person. Okay. Unlock the blast doors. Omicron. Yay! Okay, menu. Okay. Do 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 do. Just make sure we are heading in the right direction. Okay. And let's get this dot going here. Whatever it's gonna do. It's... oh, okay. I was like, is it doing anything? Oh, okay, it's got like a regen field around it. That's cool. Boopy boopy boop.
I have it. What? No! Traitors!
Yeah, girl, they were using you. Like, that seemed pretty obvious, right? Do do do. This. Oh, phaser sniper rifle. Okay, cool. Yeah. You just sit right there while I wait for Dot to recharge. Actually, let's bring out Ensign Blobby. Yeah, screw it. Go get her, Blobby. You'll make captain one day, I know you will. You got spunk, kid. Okay, yeah. What is... interrupt? Okay. Here we go. Yeah, let's real quick get this.
Taris first encountered the Iconians in 2365, when her warbird responded to a Federation incursion into the Romulan neutral zone. Those ships were there because the USS Yamato had located this world, Iconia, which until then had been lost to history. The Yamato did not survive first contact with the Iconian probes. The USS Enterprise and Taris' ship did. Since then, she's been obsessed with the Iconians, first as a source of power, and later as a way to bring back her lost homeworld. Taris believes they can turn back time, but it was Iconian agents who gave Hakiv the device that triggered the Hobus supernova. Why would the Iconians restore what they destroyed?
Yeah. Again, she's crazy. My girl needs some help.
Enough. You have won. And in winning, you have doomed the Romulan people.
That's right. Blobby, you get up on her.
They were not my crimes. I was betrayed by Hakiv, and now those crimes will never be undone. I hope you realize that in stopping me, you have doomed billions of Romulans to remain dead. Now you shall live with that guilt, as I have.
Yeah, you're more than a bit delusional. Just send her to the brig.
Before we leave, may I suggest we look for evidence of the materials we discovered at Hobus? They will undoubtedly prove vital in Taris' trial. We should also overload the gateway and make certain it can never be used again.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, so what do we got over here? Protomatter. Comes from the Hobus system. Several uses of protomatter, often used for explosive devices. Used in the Genesis device. Over here, Energy signatures correspond to the tech site deposit scan in the Hobus system. Dilithium appears to have come from the same source as the dilithium discovered in the Hobus system. Alright. It's weird that it just says interact there for that one. I don't know what's up with that. Alright, overload gateway though. Oh, yeah, beam up. That explosion, yeah, we maybe should have set a timer. Taris is in the brig. Evidence found has been logged and secured. Deliver it and her to a safe location. And we are going to get our fighters ready because pretty sure we get some unexpected company. Although since I know about it, I guess they're not really unexpected, are they? Okay, set course. Yeah. Hello there. Ship of Sela herself. She's hailing us. Okay, cool. She can keep hailing me. Bye. Okay.
How nice to see you again. I feel like we are becoming old friends.
I
will admit that your previous attempts to thwart my plans have been irritating, but your actions today have more than made up for those petty annoyances. Taris still has her loyalists among my people. An open move against her would have been a distraction from my greater plans.
Yeah, I'm not
but
your
you played
something.
the pawn perfectly. I could not have asked for a more obedient tool. Now, if you will transport Taris to my ship, we can avoid any unpleasantness.
Always a pleasure, Empress. Ooh, a Galaxy Dreadnought cruiser. Okay, but yeah, Belfast, which I think
The Lcars informed us that you might need some assistance with the prisoner transport. Good thing we brought some backup.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Captain.
Taris is wanted by the Romulan Star Empire for high treason and war crimes against the Romulan people. The Empire is the legitimate government of the Romulan people, and I demand you turn this terrorist over for trial and punishment.
I like this first option, which basically boils down to finders keepers. But we'll go with number 2 here. Actions did not just impact Romulus and Romulan worlds. Her alleged crimes were against the entire quadrant. You'll be welcome to attend and even testify at her trial, or perhaps we could establish an interplanetary tribunal of those impacted by the Hobus supernova. But for now, she will remain in Starfleet custody.
You are a disappointment.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, you did remove Taris from the game, and for that I am grateful. Consider your decisions more carefully the next time we meet. I can be a powerful ally, or I can be your worst enemy.
Always the epitome of generosity, Empress. Yeah, okay. Let's transport Taris to Belfast.
Prisoner transfer successful. Taris is safely secured in the brig. We can take it from here. One more thing. We're detecting some unusual energy residue from the surface. Our databases identify it as Iconian.
Yeah, there was a gateway.
Do you have any idea where they went?
Caught a glimpse, looked like some kind of Romulan station. Oh, hey, Lisette. Awesome of you to show up.
Looks like we missed all the excitement,
yeah, you
but
did.
I have been monitoring your progress. On behalf of the Romulan Republic, I would like to thank you and your crew for your assistance. I am confident that the Federation will provide more than adequate security for Taris until her trial can be arranged. You can transport Gaius back to the Lcars as soon as you are ready.
Okay. Later. Depart system. Okay, so let's see here. Report to Starfleet.
We have much to consider. If the destruction of the Romulan homeworld was a deliberate act, not only was it mass murder, but that one event has been a major cause of the destabilization of the quadrant over the past 40 years, not to mention the light that it casts on the internal struggles of the Romulan people.
Yeah,
This
it's
one
not great.
horrible act set off a chain of reactions that could change the galaxy forever. We must know who did this and why. The interrogation of Taris will no doubt lead to many truths. But I am troubled by these Remans. Why did they turn on Taris? And where did they go?
Where did they come from? Cotton Eye Joe. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go with the covariant shield there.
I have
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
Okay. So I'm gonna pause here for a bit. Okay, and we're back. I decided to just skip the vault mission for now. Like I said, it's a shuttle mission, and the only thing really you get from it is a consumable device that lets you bring in some Scorpion fighters, and there's an overcharged warp core that you can get as a reward. I don't think it's worth the frustration. So it's just kind of a slow mission, and yeah, it's not a favorite of mine. If you like it, that's great, that's fine. I just don't care for it. Okay, I don't know who this is. I wonder if that's the same fleet that sent me an invite before. And like, don't just send me... Which I may have actually cut that part out of the episode. I've already had like 1 or 2 people send me just blind fleet invites. I'm like, don't... Like, at least, send me a direct message, a tell, an email, something first. Okay, let's go on to this next one.
Starfleet intelligence has decoded the list of Reman targets that you recovered from the vault. I need you to investigate one of these locations and determine why Obasek and his forces planned an attack there. The Vahar system is still technically part of the Romulan Star Empire, but Ferengi speculators have moved in, and the Empress has done nothing to remove them. The Ferengi have reopened the mines and are now doing business with anyone with platinum.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
You will go to the Vahar system under the pretense of negotiating a possible trade agreement with the Federation. Talk to Madren, the operator of the mines. Convince him to allow you access. Find out all you can. Once we know why Obasek and the Remans are targeting these mines, then we will be able to decide how to proceed.
Yeah, so in that previous mission that was skipped, like you go to what's supposed to have been an abandoned Romulan research facility called the Vault, which in the comics was where Nero got his mining ship upgraded. But you go there and you find, I think, Sailoron weaponry, and you meet Obasek, who's leading a Reman faction. And he's kind of like, you're not my enemy, but you're not my friend. And I think he kind of points us to this facility or something. Mentions something about it. Yeah. Okay. Okie dokie. Accept.
I have new missions for you.
No, you don't. Let's check the map real quick. How far away is that? Oof. Okay, yeah, now. We're just gonna transwarp. Okay. Aliens are targeting magnesite mine in this area. List recovered didn't have its exact coordinates. We're in the right area, but all the moons in the system are inhabited, and sensors are being affected. Contact each moon to try and determine which one of the remnants were actually targeted. Okay. If I remember right, like, because you checked like these 3 different moons here. One of them, they're just kind of like, yeah, don't bother us. But then another one, there's like, I think Nausicaan pirates or something. So we're just gonna go ahead and get that ready. Might also go ahead and pick up these particles.
You've stuck your nose in our business for the last time, Starfleet. All ships, attack! Attack!
There we go. Yeah, guys, don't. This is going bad for you. Okay. Alright, next moon. Straight ahead. Got some hydrazine gas here. We'll go on and... Since these are kind of like along the way anyhow, I may as well get them. Because even though I don't plan on doing much in the way of like crafting necessarily, I might do some upgrades, and you do need some of that stuff for that, along with salvage. I think you use salvage for the upgrades. That might be for re-engineer. Actually, now that I think about it, and you can like try and change if it's got a bonus effect or something. You can try and change.
This moon is private property. No solicitors, beggars, or Starfleet allowed.
What about old friends? Starfleet off. Where did my other ships go? They weren't destroyed, were they? Did I somehow miss that? I am best captain. I am very attentive. Oh, and there went the other one. That's very strange.
Hello, my good friends. I'm so happy to meet you. Perhaps you are in the market for some high-quality magnesite? We have the finest ore in the quadrant. On behalf of the miners and residents here, I'm more than happy to welcome you to our home. Please transport to the surface.
Yeah, you seem trustworthy.
Unfortunately, the large amount of extremely pure magnesite ore in the core of our little world will interfere with your sensors. For safety reasons, I must insist that you use the transporter signal enhancers that I have installed at my own expense. Also, I know you Starfleet types are so fond of your away teams, but could you please restrict the number of crew you bring down to the surface? My people here aren't used to strangers, and you wouldn't want to disrupt their work, would you?
Maybe. I don't know. Okay, let's beam down. Yeah, we'll bring Captain and First Officer beaming down. That's probably fine. I mean, what's the word? I mean, if we both get killed, then someone else gets command.
Did you need something? It's a long story. After the destruction of Romulus, I joined a group of colonists looking for a new place to settle. We chose to form a new agrarian community on Viranot, a pastoral world on the edge of Romulan space. Our colony was attacked and destroyed. I managed to evade the attackers and get off-world with a small group of people. My luck ran out here, and I've been stuck ever since.
Okay, so what do you do?
I'm a biochemist by trade. I specialize in hemocyanin, a division of hematology, working with copper-based blood. On Viranot, I handled a lot of issues related to food compatibility and local biochemistry. These days, I mostly handle minor medical issues and nutritional deficiencies for the people living here. I can't afford passage off of this moon. I've managed to stay out of debt, but I don't know how long that will last.
Nothing strange?
This whole mining facility is nothing but strange. That Ferengi, Madren, rides everyone hard to make a profit. But just when it looks like things will get too bad, he turns around and does something generous. Folks have occasionally disappeared, and not by leaving on a ship. People here for weeks or months will suddenly vanish. People talk about seeing strange things, or being kept out of parts of the mine by the guards. There's something deeper in those mines. I'm sure of it.
I'm not going to have to fight a Balrog. They dig too deep and too greedily. Well, I believe if you're doing this mission on, as, you know, for the Romulan Republic, you can get her as a duty officer. But apparently, for Starfleet, we're like, nah, you're good here. You get to remain in squalor. Fun for you.
On behalf of everyone on this forsaken rock, let me be the first to welcome you to Hathara. As you can see, we don't have time for pleasantries, and I'm not sharing my Tranya stash with you. So, why don't we skip the chit-chat and get down to business?
Well, I've heard you're an excellent source of magnesite. What makes your mine better than the others?
Unfortunately, I cannot call this mine my own. I'm just a middleman. Out of the goodness of my heart, I help the residents here pass on the products of their hard work to commercial entities such as yourself. The minuscule transaction fee and trade tariff I keep to offset my expenses is figured into the unit cost of the ore. My operation has become one of the best in the area because of the high demand for my services from both sides. I provide the best mining equipment and supplies in the sector to the miners, while my customers get competitive pricing on the ore they need.
Yeah.
I don't pay much attention to that. Miners have empty carts and they return with ones filled with ore. If you're that interested, you could visit the mines themselves, but I don't recommend it. It's such a dirty, disagreeable business. And I'm convinced that breathing ore dust for too long is terrible for you. The miners who live near my quarters used to keep me up night after night with their dreadful coughing. I had to install soundproofing just to get some sleep. Are you sure you wouldn't rather look at the ore I had for sale?
Did they keep the fucking, like, outtake in? Okay.
Really? Suit yourself. Just remember, I have an exclusive contract to export magnesite ore from this moon. If you try to cut me out of your deals, you'll regret it.
Well, just got a few questions. Yeah. Okay. Got your parts. Come on. There you
Thank
go.
you. With these parts, I can fix this drill and get back to work. I need to make my quota today or Madren will cut my pay again. I already owe him so much latinum, I don't know how I'll ever repay it. He brings in food and supplies that we need, but the prices are so high. I remember the dark days after we lost Romulus. There were no supply shipments for months. I had to listen to my children cry because they were so hungry.
Oof.
I might spend the rest of my life in debt, but I have a life.
Yeah.
To answer your question, though, I don't know what makes this mine different from any other mine. The magnesite isn't any different. Maybe there are some veins with less impurities in the lower levels of the mine. I wouldn't know. There's a group of thugs who keep everyone away from those areas. And I won't risk a beating just to satisfy my curiosity. If you want to risk checking it out, that's your business.
Okie dokie. Will do. Alrighty, Madren.
You want to go in the mine? Are you really interested in buying any magnesite? Or are you just here to cause trouble? Because if it's the latter, I know someplace you can start a little ruckus. There's a gang that controls the bottom levels of the mine. They won't even let me in there. Previously, I allowed them to keep their little kingdom in exchange for information. But lately, they've been more trouble than they're worth. And the intel they're feeding me is useless. Honestly, who doesn't know about the Breen invasion of the fairy space?
Okay.
You want to go in the...
Okay. Didn't know if he would say anything else after that. I think it's a missed thing, too, that you can't buy stuff off of these guys. Just like hypos or something. Gonna check out a mine with jerks in it. Alrighty. Again, I think this is another one of those things where if you have a high enough rank in diplomacy, you can talk your way past.
This area is restricted. Only people my friends and I like may enter. And I don't like you! You don't belong here. I'm done talking with you. Leave now! Or suffer the consequences.
Okay. Well then, let's just do this. Jerk face. Switch to this one actually. Come on. There you go. Sub-lieutenant medic, those are always a pain. And the medics and scientists are always a pain to deal with. Scientists are worse, actually. Not in real life. Scientists are also in real life. And medics. Figuring out how to use the pressure plates. Well, there's 2 of them. And between you and me, that's 2 people. So, I mean, just at a guess here. No. There we go. Hopefully that'll do it. Okay. Yay. Open the very obvious, quote-unquote, hidden door.
I give you orders here, Commander. You are out of line.
With all due respect, sir, There is a difference between protecting the Empire from her enemies and provoking
There is much here you do not understand, Javik. The Remans need to know their place. As do you. I will not forget your insubordination, Commander. The Tal Shiar has no place for officers who cannot follow orders. I'll be in the command center.
Colonel, they were civilians. Their blood is on our hands.
Get used to it. There will be more. Speaking of which, why don't you clean out the brig before you become a resident there?
Cheerful. Let me just check something real quick. I know I need to go the other way. There's some stuff here. Pew pew. Get some background, I believe. Access console. Instant Crewman is dead. You've ordered him to explore the tunnels. Organic remains in fully discharged disruptor. Been melted. Suitable for expansion. Several orbs in it. Got one in her quarters. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Those who don't read history are gonna be just fine. Certainly not doomed to repeat it. Centurion. Ooh, Centurion Engineer. I don't know that I'd seen it. There you go. Hello. Let's just bring out Ensign Blobby here. Show that we're all friends. I met a Horta. I had already met a Horta, but that's okay. Cutscene. Yep.
I almost feel sorry for you, but I have my own neck to worry about. I'll be joining you in there soon enough. If Hakeeb has his way, we all will.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Since I don't want these guys to die, first I'm gonna get the access code. What's in here? Anything? Nope. Okay. Because they'll help fight her, but I don't really need their help, so... Can we talk? Oh, maybe not. Okay. Okay.
Enough! I surrender. I value my life more than the Tal Shiar's secrets. I'll tell you anything you want to know. But first, you must tell me why you are here and what you want.
Okay, well, why would Rings want to destroy
Remans
it?
know about this base? Impossible! Only the leadership of the Tal Shiar know we're here. The Empress herself couldn't find us. I don't believe you, but it makes no difference. This is not a military installation. We listen and record here. Nothing more. There are many targets that those Reman scum would find much more tempting.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to end things like this?
No, only because my diplomacy isn't high enough. Oh, jeez. Ah, there we go. Looks like I did it. Okay, let's open some prison cells. Alright. Let's go take care of business here, guys. and girls and non-binaries. Oh, Centurion scientist. Did the other one just run around the corner? Going after Blobby. Fool. Oh no. Did we lose somebody? Huh? Maybe? Hard to tell there. Yeah. Stumble into this trap.
How did you find this place? What else do you know?
I know the Muffin Man.
You won't be revealing anything to your superiors. It's disappointing I cannot give you a proper interrogation, but I have much to do in little time. The self-destruct sequence has begun. This base will be your tomb.
Unlikely. Download the records and escape. Which there's actually not a time limit on it, so you can just casually walk out here and be fine. Funny enough, with that alarm sounding, if you didn't kill these guys, they still just are buried in their work. It's like, guys, maybe try to leave. Might be a good idea. Of course, I have all these rescued prisoners with me, but when I take the lift to the surface, it's just me and me and her. Alright, so Madren, buddy. Let's have a chit chat.
My mind! What have you done to my mind?
Well, you had an infestation.
Shiar? I'm shocked. I had no idea. I certainly wouldn't have sent you down there if you... Hey, you didn't happen to find anything valuable down there, did you? Because if you did, remember, I have an exclusive contract.
Yeah.
And what's it to you? This is a rough area of the quadrant, you know, and they're good neighbors. If you're not using Taris, the cameras and listening devices are everywhere. I haven't had a single problem with Orions or Herodians since they moved in. And it doesn't hurt that I acquired the odd bit of information here and there. I'm a businessman, and information is big business. Unfortunately, no. I'll admit, I was trying to find out, but their systems were locked down tight. I'm sure whatever it was had to be big news. Everyone was on edge. Janik and Hakiv were barely speaking, and I once heard Hakiv mumbling something about orders. Someone's been pulling his strings, but I don't know who. I do know that Shiar takes security very seriously. If you manage to pull any files from their system, you can expect them to be heavily encoded. Trust me on that. I speak from experience. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go talk 100 Romulans into digging a new mine to replace the one you destroyed.
Technically, I didn't destroy it.
My profit margin for this
Hakiv
month
did.
is ruined.
But, yeah. Do well by those miners. Okay. Back to the ship. Okay, is it this one? Yes. And then apply the pass key from the 4 we Okay. Reman base detected in DAR system. Listening post. Festus detected increase in subspace communication in ships. Analysis of communication ship traffic reveals pattern of obfuscation normally employed by Reman forces. Okay. Yeah. Probably. So.
The Shiar records you recovered showed that Hakiv and his forces have been targeting the Remans for months. Obasek and his followers have been driven from their homes, had their ships destroyed, and their loved ones killed or imprisoned. Some might say that Obasek's campaign against the Shiar is just. However, Obasek was planning on using Thaleron weapons in the Bahar system, which would have killed hundreds of innocent civilians as well as the Shiar cell there.
Yeah, it's not a good result.
This is the problem with revenge. Violence and fury only create more pain and suffering.
Yeah. Let's see. So since I'm not using cannons or turrets, let's go with the poppy leaf there.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
Hey, we've unlocked the R&D system. Okay. So I think we're going to stop here. I'm going to handle some stuff off camera. And, next episode we'll pick up after I've leveled up and done a few other things. Thanks for joining me on the continuing adventures of Lieutenant Commander Toral Khan and the USS Concordia. Don't forget to treat others with respect, compassion, and consideration, but also at the same time remember that you're deserving of those as well. Don't let people take advantage of it. Thanks, and I'll see everyone later. Bye!